What's going on, guys? Stormcornn here, and today we're going to be talking about Bungie's new things to do stream from yesterday. I'm sorry that the video is going up a little bit later, but I wanted to make sure I got everything down, so I just decided to wait a day. Jumping right into things, there is a new light level cap of 335. New quests, strikes, and missions. Varix, of course, will be the main character giving you these. However, Petra will also have a PlayStation exclusive quest. The Blighted Chalice Strike is where you will be fighting Malak. In the pictures we saw, you will be in the Fogoth area fighting towards the Shrine of Oryx, where you will defeat Malak. This is where many people suspect the Hood of Malak will drop from, so get grinding if you want that. They're also bringing up Winter's Run, where you fought the Archon Priest in Year 2 and Takenifying it with a Taken boss and Taken blights everywhere, and I think it looks really good. I'm gonna definitely play both of these strikes. The most important thing, of course, is the new Prison of Elders. There is a level 41 Prison of Elders with a recommended of 260 light with matchmaking, with drops up to 320. There will be 4 different bosses, Taken and regular, and at the end of the 3 rounds you will get a chest, but you will not need a key for the chest. There will also be level 42 Challenge of the Elders with a recommended 320 light, where you will face off against 330 enemies. There will be no matchmaking, and to get rewards from this you will need to pick up an Elder's Sigil from Varix, where it will have 2 challenges on it, getting a high score of 3,000 and a cumulative score of 9,000. Your high score is your score after 1 completion of the 3 rounds. So after all 3 rounds, you have to have at least 3,000 points to finish this. Once you finish it, you can go to Varix and get a new weapon from the Prison of Elders. Your cumulative score is the combined score of all Challenge of the Elders runs that week. Once you finish that, take it to Varix, get a piece of Prison of Elders armor. There will be 3 modifiers in the challenge mode. 2 will be similar to Nightfall, similar things to Grounded, Small Arms, Catapult, things like that. And there will also be one that affects the points in the stream. The one that they had on was that headshots gave bonus points, and the higher the round, the more effective it became, so I guess that will change every week. There will be Each round will have a boss at the end of it, so I guess that's kind of their way of not having a final boss, is that there's just going to be 3 not super hard bosses. Death will not reset your score, but wipes will reset it to where it started at the round. So say you start round 2 with 1,300 points, and you wipe, you will go back to that 1,300. Even if you got like a bunch of points that game, you'll be back to 1,300. There will be 8 new Taken bosses, which I think is going to be super fun. New things to do. Hopefully it lasts. Certain bosses will also be coming back though. Quadron, the Minotaur, was shown in stream. There wasn't too many changes, mostly just visual, but he does now have a crit spot. They also showed Psylocke, a Taken Knight, who puts fire on the ground that I believe to be permanent, so everything you loved about Taken Knights is now even worse. I noticed that they did nerf the bullet hose, I guess. The bosses did seem to die a lot faster. They weren't as bullet hosey as they seemed to be in Year 1. For instance, they showed the Pilot Servitor, and when they set up to kill him, they were taking his health down. Like, it wasn't just shooting at him constantly with your black hammer and just nothing happening. But he does have some changes, so I expect we'll see these in some other bosses. He actually now teleports, and he drops those little splinter mines that the tanks and such drop. There is 16 different variants of the challenge with skill modifiers, which means we'll have 4 months before we cycle back to the beginning, which I think that'll be new. Things won't get old super fast, and that's great, in my opinion. Now, you don't have to do Prison of Elders technically for the end game because they're actually bringing up the light of all the stuff we have right now. Normal mode, King's Fall, is getting increased to drop 311 to 320 light gear. Hard mode King's Fall will now drop 321 to 330 light gear, and the Court of Oryx will be the source of your 335 artifact. Heroics, Nightfalls, Iron Banner, and Trials will also get a light increase, probably about 10 or 15. We don't know 100% right now. A Ghost Shell is actually seen drop in the stream after completing a challenge mode. It is known as the Consumed Ghost Shell, and this will probably be how you get it. It'll probably just be a random drop at the end. So I guess grind for the ghosts back. If you take too long, you will actually start to lose score, so don't dilly-dally. You want to get her done, or you're just not going to get any of your challenges done this week. The Bungie also wants us to know that PoE, or Challenge of the Elders, will not actually have checkpoints. It was set on stream, but they are revoking this because it was a mistake. Also, they show that Year 1 chips and shaders sold by Varix, they're not there. We don't know if that was just for now, or if they're taking them out of the game, or at least taking them out of his inventory. So I would suggest that you buy them now if you can and want them, just in case. We also notice that Varix now has House of Judgment bounties, so you can rank it up a bit quicker than you used to before. Examples from the stream were kill 6 champions in level 41 Prison of Elders or Challenge of the Elders, get 75 precision kills in level 41 Prison of Elders or Challenge of the Elders, and get 50 heavy kills in level 41 Prison of Elders or Challenge of the Elders. I assume there's a few more of these and they will reset weekly, so gotta get that House of Judgment rank up. I like that they're adding in a score attack based activity, and it will actually show up on the leaderboards in Bungie for your clan, the community. I think it would be better if they could put this in the game, but steps in the right direction. That's what we look for. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about some gear that we saw. I know next week we'll focus on the gear, but I just want to bring these to light now because it's a pretty big thing, I think. Now, they show us someone completing their high score. Like, they complete the high score part of the challenge in the stream, and they show us one of the weapon drops that someone got, and it was a sniper known as Her Fury. And when they go to inspect it, there's these 2 red nodes before the sniper scope after the element. And Deej does point these out, but he does not talk about them at all. He mentions that they will be talked about next week. So there's a lot going around about what these do. But you can actually see, before going into the inspection screen, at the bottom, it shows that there is a perk that just says activates red chroma glow. So some people think this could be leading to weapon shaders, but that is very big speculation, so we don't really know right now. However, there was also a Taken-looking shotgun shown in some of the pictures and trailers, so I don't know if this one has a similar perk, but for takenifying it, or if that's a regular skin, who knows. We gotta wait until next week. And there is also a new sword shown, but they didn't even mention it in the stream, so that's just gonna be something we have to look forward to next week. I also want to point out that the gear shown in the stream looks incredible. I'm super happy with what they did this time around, and I can't wait to learn more about it next week. Other than that though, guys, that's all for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to. And that's been it. Peace out.